Okay, hello guys. In this video I am going to explain how to calculate Sheilding constant and effective nuclear charge for an electron in an atom by using Slater's rule. My name is Rami Khan and please watch this video up to the end to know how to calculate Sheilding constant and effective nuclear charge. Okay, without wasting any time, let me explain. For example, I am taking nitrogen whose electronic configuration is this, and we can calculate Sheilding constant of an electron in 2p or 2s or 1s, right? So to calculate the Sheilding constant, we need to know the amount of shielding or shielding factor of an electron in NS subcell or NP subcell, something like that. So for the rules according to Slater are for NS and NP electrons. For any electron in NS or NP, N means outermost shell. Okay. For NS or NP, we can just say for S and P electron also, shielding of the electrons in this cell are as follows. For N, the shielding value is 0.35 per atom, and for n minus 1 shell the shielding factor is 0.85 for every electron, and for n minus 2, n minus 3 and the inner shells the shielding factor is 1 for every electron. These are the rules for an electron in S and the P orbital. Okay, so for okay, well, let me calculate the shielding constant for an electron in 2p in nitrogen atom. Okay, then we can calculate effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge is calculated by this formula, which is Z minus S. Z is nothing but atomic number. Z is atomic number and S is our shielding constant. So this Slater's rule is for the calculation of shielding constant, not for effective nuclear charge. Z is the atomic number. Okay, so let me calculate the shielding constant of a p electron, 2p electron in nitrogen atom, or rather let me calculate shielding constant for an electron in p2p orbital of fluorine as demanded by a student of mine. This is the electronic configuration of fluorine, which is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. So we need to in the last video I have given the energy order of subcells according to Slater. I'm writing again, that is 1s, 2s, 2p, then 3s, 3p, then 3d. 3d comes after 3p in Slater's rule, and then 4s, 4p, then 4d, then comes 4f. This is the energy order of subcells in Slater's rule. Likewise, okay, dot 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 dot. Now these 2s and 2p subcells are grouped together according to Slater's rule. Okay, so this is our n and this will be our n minus 1, and I have written here that contribution of an electron in NS or NP electron to the shielding effect is 0.35. This is per electron, and for n minus 1 the shielding value is 0.85, and for this 1. Okay, so for this electron, one electron in 2p s of 1 electron in 2p of what? Fluorine is equal to, so if I remove that particular electron of which we are going to calculate the Sheilding constant, how many electrons are left on 2p? In 2p 4 electrons are left, and in 2s there are more 2 electrons, so how many electrons are left? 2 plus 4, that is 6 will have a contribution of 0.35 per electron, and this is n minus 1. For n minus 1 the Sheilding value is 0.85, and how many electrons are here? 2 electrons are here, and its Sheilding value is 0.85. and how many electrons are here? 2 here. How many electrons are here? 2 plus 4, that is 6, right? So Sheilding constant of an electron in 2p will be 2 into 0.85, that is of 1s, 2 into 0.85 plus 6 into 0.35, that is these 6 electrons, except that particular electron of p. So 6, not 6 here, this will be 4 will be left, 4 plus 2, 6. Okay, 6 is correct. 6 into 0.35. So this will be our Sheilding value, and let me calculate this value. Okay, so this is 0.35 into 6 plus this is 1.7. This is our 3.8. 3.8 is the Sheilding constant of what? An electron in 2p of fluorine. So using this formula we can also calculate what? Effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge is atomic number of that particular element, that is Z minus S, and Z for fluorine is 9 minus 3.8, and this is your 5.2, and this is positive, not negative. Okay, next let me give the rule for d electron and f electron, right? Okay, for d and the f electrons there is a slight change in the rules. For d or f electrons, and remember d will be n minus 1d actually. After d there will be 4, after d there will be n. For example, okay, let me write here. For d and f electron the rules are: for n minus 1d, for those electrons in n minus 1d, contribution to the Sheilding is 0.35, and for those electrons in n minus 1 s and p subshell, s and p subshell. Okay, let me write separately. N minus this is for n minus 1. Okay, this is for n minus 1 s, and n minus 1 p, the contribution of one electron to the Sheilding value is 1, not 0.85 in case of d and f electron. And for n minus 2, n minus 3 and all inner shells, the contribution is only 1 in case of d subshell. So let me give you an example. We need to calculate Sheilding constant of a 3d electron in let me give for copper. Okay, in the last video of Slater's rule I have used some wrong terms in terms of n, so let me correct in this video. So here let me write copper, and the atomic number of copper is 29, and electronic configuration will be 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, then comes this is 3p, then comes 4s and the 3d. But according to Slater's, 3d comes before 4s, 3d comes before 4s. So 3d will be here, these two will be together like this, okay. So 4s will be here. Now we need to calculate Sheilding constant of only one electron in 3d, okay. So let me write the electronic configuration: 2 2 6 2 6. Up to here I have arranged 18 electrons, and one electron will be here in 4s. This is the exceptional electronic configuration against above principle, and the 10 electrons will be here. So to this 3d electron, 4s will have no Sheilding value because 3d is inside the fourth shell. This is our n, remember this is our n is 4 here, and the d is n minus 1. N minus 1 means 4 minus 1, that would be our 3d. This is n minus 1d, this is n minus 1d, and this is also n minus 1s and the p, right? So for these all terms, when we need to calculate Sheilding constant for an electron in 3d, right, for these all shells and subshells, the contribution will be 1 and 1 only. This will be 1, okay, 1. And how many electrons we need to count, and we need to calculate Sheilding constant of an electron in 3d. So how many electrons will be left? 9. So this n minus 1d will have 9 electrons, except that electrons of concern. So this 9 will contribute 9 into 0.35, and these all electrons, how many electrons are here? 6 to 8, this is 10, 18 electrons will have this contribution, 18 into 1. So Sheilding constant of an electron in 3d in case of copper will be, therefore S of a 3d electron in copper is 1 into 18, okay, plus 9 into 0.35, 9 into 0.35, and this would be, let me calculate it, this would be 9 into 0.35, this gives 3.15 plus 18 means 21.15. So this is the value of Sheilding constant of an electron in 3d subshell, and therefore effective nuclear charge would be Z minus S, and Z of copper is 29 minus S is 21.15, and this would give 20, no, this is wrong, sorry, this is 29 minus 21.15, this is 7.85. This is the effective nuclear charge on an electron in 3d subshell of Which element? Copper. Okay, I hope you understand how to calculate shielding constant and effective nuclear charge of any electron in S, P, D, F. Okay, thank you for today.